Right, welcome back everybody. You joined me from the back of a van somewhere in Essex, and today's mission is, turn you around, this garage door. So we're going to be doing this garage door. We're going to be giving that a good rub down, going to give it a good oil base undercoat, and then we're going to get a top coat in a similar sort of colour but a bit darker. We're going to be doing all the surround, rubbing down with a white frame, and there's a fascia that goes down the side of the garage. So we're going to be doing that really, and we're going to be putting the compressor to the test again. I've bought the little compressor. Let me turn you around. Really want to carry on getting to grips with that. I've got the two little guns with the two little cups with it, so I'd like to spray some oil undercoat on that garage door today really, and then spray the top coat. So let's get you set up. We'll start scraping all this down, all this white frame, get it right back to good, and get this door done. And it's going to go in a similar red. It's going to go in a deeper red, which I'm going to get mixed up from Brewers. I'm going to get like an MSP. I want to finish it in a multi-surface paint. I don't want to finish it in oil-based paint. And the MSP, I've sort of double checked on that, and that is fine to go over an oil undercoat. I've got a load of this left over, so this will do. I've got a nice dark grey oil undercoat, which I think will be all right on that, and then the red will take to that, I think, hopefully. Should get a red undercoat really, but I'm not going to spend too much money on this door. And also we've got this post. Now this post here is basically had it, but the trouble is with replacing it, it's set right on the edge of this concrete, and I don't really fancy taking that out and risk busting that. But the customer's keen to keep it there because it's just a handy thing when they pull the car up. I think they're so used to it being there as like a buffer for different things. They said they lean stuff up against it, or it's a guide for when they back the car up. Ideally, yeah, I would take it out and put a new post in, but what I'm going to do with this is, obviously you can't really repair that, it's too far gone. And I'm going to face it all up with cement board, and then I might chuck a little bit of a one coat render on it, and then we'll have it as more of a concrete sort of post really. So that should be interesting to see how that comes out. At least hopefully then it will last a few more years before we have to start busting things out. I just know my luck. I'll start getting this out and it'll all blow out the side of there, and I'll be in a right world of pain there. So we're just going to go the simple route. Anyway, right, let's cut this back. Try and make this look something. It looks like putty. Looks like someone's put putty in there years and years ago. Right. I've got to get this off. There's no way you can attempt to even paint over that. Them days are long gone. Yeah, it's coming off in lovely lumps. My lovely lady lumps. Once I got what I can off that, I can go down that with like a grinder with the wire wheel on it and try and bring that brickwork back up a bit nicer. Now let's try this beast on the edge of the brickwork, see if we can just get that old paint and mastic off. That is an animal, honestly. It's good though. That's all had a sand off now. It's not too bad. You know, I'm not going to go overboard with it. I'm just going to, you know, obviously get the worst off. Anyway, I'm going to give it all a prime and an undercoat now, and I'm going to be using the B-Deck, Bedeck, whatever you call it, Aqua Advance. So let's give all this white a go over, and then I can think about spraying this garage door. I'm going to leave this fascia till tomorrow. I haven't got my ladders with me. I forgot it was that high. I just thought it was normal garage height. So I'll be on that tomorrow, but that's nothing interesting at all. So we'll get all this primed up. Probably a couple of coats of primer on that. These edges are all nice now that shit's been taken out, and we can think about maybe putting something back in there maybe a bit of expanding foam and cutting it back, or something to get rid of the gaps, because they're a bit bigger this side. You can see right into the garage there, so that's going to need some expanding foam in it anyway. It's not too bad, is it really? It ain't bad. I thought there was going to be a load of rot down there, but it's pretty good. Right, that looks better already. I think next door I've had theirs done, and that's what's prompted this. You can see next door they've just done like a grey and a black. It ain't so bad, it ain't so bad. What film's that from? Let me know in the comments if you know what films that's from. And the line is, it ain't so bad, it ain't so bad. The impression ain't the best, but if you know the film, you'll know the line. Let me know in the comments. See, this is what we're encouraged to do. When you do YouTube, what you can do is, once your video's been up for a while, from our sort of homepage, what they call like the creator page, you can go on and there's like an AI thing, and it says summarise my latest video performance, and it says what you can improve on, you know, to gain more audience retention and things like that. What it always seems to do is sort of suggest something in the comments to prompt discussion, because obviously the more comments we get, the more the video gets pushed about, because it thinks, oh, while people are engaging on it in the video, we won't just make it disappear yet, we'll keep it going. So as like a YouTuber or creator, whatever you want to call this, you're constantly encouraged to get audience participation. So that's what I'm doing now. So I've got this little, it's like a necklace thing that you look, on necklace, but it's like a neck thing, it goes around your neck, and I can just clip my camera on it, so you get more of like a point of view of what I'm doing, which is quite nice really, because it means I can just speak while I work, and I talk a lot more natural while I'm working. It just flows, rather than when I'm in front of the camera. I still find it quite awkward really, believe it or not. As much of a silly show off as I can be, I still sometimes find it awkward in front of the camera. But while I'm working, and I would imagine a lot of you are the same, you just talk, you know, especially if there's two of you on a job and you're painting, you just waffle to each other, don't you? It's so easy just to keep talking and waffling about any old thing. And it's the same when this little camera's around my neck, so it's quite nice. The only thing that this neck thing doesn't do is it's not good when I'm plastering ceilings, because it's just below my sort of chin where it sits. It doesn't get the angle that when I'm plastering. So when you see me plastering the ceiling and you're seeing it from where I can see it, I've got like a head strap on with this camera on it, and it can be a bit of a pain really having it on, especially if your ceiling is just below your sort of 2.4. The top of the camera wants to keep hitting the ceiling, so, and it obviously gets a bit sweaty and horrible. But this thing around the neck's great, you could wear it all day. So it's good for painting, because you can sort of see exactly what I'm seeing. You can see how rough I am. These are good, these little hop-ups. I saw Damo off Dams TV, he was using these. If you're watching Damo, thanks for them. They're great. They look like little kids things, like the bright colour of them. Looks like something you'd see in a kids play centre. But they're really strong, and they've got quite a nice sort of wide platform on it. They will last you a lifetime, them things. They're quite well made. They've got little rubber grommets at the bottom there, which will obviously wear out, but they're good. Right, so that looks better, just with a rub down, a scrape and a prime on that. So while that's drying, I'm going to pop home. I've got some cement board at home, and I'm going to get it cut down so I can sort of wrap around this really. Now, this channel is becoming slowly popular and I'm being noticed. I've got a new sponsor, and today's sponsor is Coca-Cola. They've actually sponsored me to do this video. Of course they haven't. What do they worry about me for? I was just in the supermarket, just getting a bit of grub, and do you ever look at people in the supermarket and think, you know, I feel like I'm the only normal one in the world? And that's saying something coming from me. Everyone looks like they're fucking off their heads. It's like zombies. It's like being in a thriller video. No one's got any engagement at all, have they really? I'll stop and speak to anyone. You know, I'll always be polite to people, always try and make a bit of conversation if you're in an awkward situation where there might be just two of you in an area, do you know? I always try and say something to someone.
I'm gonna get me a nice little healthy pasta bun, Mum.
He's gonna get one over, you silly old bastard. Honestly, Tesco's in the daytime. It's like being in a thriller video, all the zombies. So I'm not happy with that cement board on there. It's not cut right. I should have really cut it here, and I could have marked it with a pencil and cut it exactly to size, but I just didn't have enough. I was going to be about that short on one side of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm scrapping that idea. I'm going to go up to the builder's merchant, see if I can get a bit of the thin stuff, you know, like the proper backer board stuff. It's only about, I don't know, 4 or 5 mil. A proper hardy backer board, only a thin one. 36 quid. I'm sure there's a lot cheaper in probably Wicks or somewhere, but didn't have a choice. So anyway, now you can see how rotten this is. Look, now I've got the camera on me, I'll show you it. It's a bit of a bodge really, but you can see that it's just had it. It's solid, it ain't going nowhere unless it's hit, but anyway, right, so the backer board, which is good, is that high. That's good. So then what I'm going to do is whip that off and then just put a little cap on top. So anyway, now I can hold that there, clamp that there actually, and then draw down the edge of it. How are you liking this view from this camera when it's attached to me? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? We'd like to see more of it. Might see if I can pick up one of them little wooden post toppers for the top of that. I think it'll look better. So I'm going to put a little bit of base coat around this, and then I think I'm going to finish it with a little thin white silicone top coat, and that'll be nice and tidy then, and then a little wooden top on that. I think that'll look absolutely superb. So I'll probably just get on that on there today and leave it, and then I'll come back and do the rest tomorrow, because that'll make a bit of a video for tomorrow then. Let's get in the van. It's the first thing tomorrow morning, going for a blood test. I never have anything like that, but I had a little test a while ago, you know, like the little prick test, and it came up and said my cholesterol could be a bit high, so go and have a proper blood test. So I'm doing that tomorrow, so hopefully that's sort of something and nothing, and I'm home. Alright, I'll get in, edit this down, knock one out. No, I'm not going to knock one out, no. Make a nice cup of tea. Thanks for watching everybody, and I will see you tomorrow for sure.